Little pre-lift slap routine. Getting a little bit of that focus.
Yep, Juliana competed at the Asian Championships that Max, you and I commented on in Bahrain on the 6th of October is when she competed. She took the 6th place there. She snatched 78, so she must be feeling good to be opening a kilo above that top lift.
Yeah, a very high opener.
Huge jump back, but pretty solid lift.
Brought the bar with her, so it was strong. Good start here.
Yeah, we've seen a few athletes who have jumped back in this competition half a foot or so, but the bar doesn't come back with them, and so they leave it out in front and miss. But Juliana definitely keeps that barbell right where she needs it. Interesting situation here, Max. We have a US coach who is, well, I guess a Danish coach too.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, Dave Spitz, one of several coaches that we know at this competition who are coaching athletes in more than one, who compete for more than one country. "79 kilos, this is 5 kilos below her best. It's equal to what she's hit in training this year, she told us. Very solid opener attempt.
Yeah. She's happy with that.
Yeah. I first met Katrin back in 2019. She was still very much an up-and-comer. I believe she was snatching in the low to mid-70s at that point as an absolute max. Now she's in the mid-80s as her top set. She went to the World Championships a couple of weeks after I met her in 2019. You and I were both there at that one in Thailand. She competed, I think, in the C, or it was in the last session, because I remember staying to watch her compete, and it was about 10 p.m. in the evening, so it was maybe the C or D session. And so to see her now be making an A session at the World Championships, it's just testament to her and her training, her mindset. She told us she's been working with a sports psychologist, so it's going to be interesting to see how well she's able to sort of control her mindset in this competition.
Yeah, to move from the C or D session all the way up to the A session here at such a competitive Worlds is definitely a testament to her.
So we're making jumps. We're up to 81 kilos already. The bar has been loaded. It looks like that's going to bring out Engtemir from Mongolia. Engtemir's best snatch is 92 kilos. So she's done what we expected. She's just jumped up 5 kilos from 81 to 86.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring Katrin back out at 81, unless she bumps up, in which case we have 3 other athletes at 82. She's done just that. That will bring out Andreea Cotruta from Romania. She is the European Youth Champion from 2019. And again, she has boasted a 92 kilo snatch, so she may go up as well. This would be pretty light for her.
Yeah, we don't see anyone coming out yet.
Yep, she's jumped up now. Now, what she said that she wants, 87.
Wow. You know, we've commented on this a few times. The last session, it started as expected. Weights on the board just were selected and moved. But we saw this in the 49 kilo session, a lot of jockeying around, but not quite to this level.
So it went to Nigora Abdullaeva. She's now bumped up to 83. So it's back to the second attempt for Juliana Clarissa of Indonesia.
I think she's going to come out here.
Yeah, 3 kilo jump, that sounds about right. Anything more, perhaps a bit too much for such a light category. Of course, 3 kilos for a 55 kilo lifter is a much larger percentage jump than 3 kilos is for a plus 87 kilo lifter. Tell you what, Max, only 2 lifts down, but I feel like we've experienced quite a lot already in this category.
Yeah, a lot of drama already.
Yeah.
Big jump back again, but did not look at all like she wanted to catch that bar. It was kind of kept going back behind her.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big lift for her. She's made 83 kilos as a best. So Katrin presumably will come out and take this 82. I imagine that she is hoping to be in a position at least to take a shot at a personal record, which would be 85 kilos. And that makes sense when we start seeing these 3 kilo jumps perfectly leading her to that personal record opportunity. A lot of the top Danish lifters over the last 3 years have had US coaches.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen a lot of them basically outsource the coaching remotely to US coaches.
And that's actually begun to happen internationally with other athletes from Canada, Olympic champion, and from various other countries around the world. That's a great lift from Katrin.
Very nice. Very
She's happy with that. Always expressive, always pleased.
Good lift, Brun. Movimiento válido para la representante de Dinamarca. 82 kilos, one more time, please. Juliana Clarissa, Indonesia.
And she's looking very good, actually. She's looking strong. I believe she had a pretty good turnout at the European Championships this year. I'll take a look. I do remember seeing her compete there. She snatched 84. That was her personal best. She made that this May. She clean and jerked 100 kilos there, so she's able to beat those lifts today. I mean, this is going to be by far and away her best total.
It's the right place to do that too.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for her if she wants to make an Olympic slot. She'd have to move up to the 59s or drop to the 49s, but it is possible. Here comes Clarissa on her third attempt. She missed her last behind her.
Oh, much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made the adjustment and caught that bar perfectly.
Right.
What a comeback, good.
It has to be said, you know, we're sat to the side of the platform watching these athletes, and her bottom position, you know, when she's in the bottom of the squat, it looks more impressive from the side than it does from that front on camera that we're seeing on the replay.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the depth of the squat from the front. It's a bit challenging sometimes. You don't quite see the angles.
83 kilos, please. Charlie Mego, Peru, first attempt.
Representante de Estados Unidos solicita más peso. El llamado es entonces para Shirley Mego Contreras de Perú.
Okay, so I think we're going to see the opening attempt of the Peruvian athlete. So this is Shirley Mego. Again, Max, another very heavy opening attempt, a kilo below her international best.
A little bit slow on the top of the pull there. Yeah, didn't quite get the acceleration she needed to get on the bar.
Yeah, almost like she made contact with the barbell at the hip, and then she kept staying up with it. She a little bit slow to start pulling under.
Yeah.
She's not an athlete that looks too thrown by that miss.
Yeah.
Occasionally you can see it in the expressions, the eyes of the athlete, that they just look defeated. If anything, she looks frustrated with herself and ready to go back out there and take another lift.
We've got Abdulayeva coming up here, 83. There's a lot of moving around still.
Yeah, there is.
Abdulayeva here representing Uzbekistan.
Now, Abdulayeva probably will take this. Her best snatch is 87, so 83 looks about right for her opening attempt. Here she is now. The Uzbeks known for their good technique.
Yeah, the Uzbekistan team as a whole, probably some of the most technical lifters here.
Absolutely.
Just very sharp, very methodical, as well as Ukrainians, I would say, same category. Just they all have a really beautiful, solid technical model.
Yeah, that is stunning.
Really nice. Just comfortable.
Yeah.
Good opener that's going to build confidence for the second and third.
83 again on the bar. Representing Peru, this is the second attempt.
So Max, after every single attempt at this competition, the bar, due to COVID regulations, has to be wiped down.
Right.
So we have 3 loaders who run onto the platform, 2 to sort the plates, and 1 who just brushes the barbell. Okay, here's Shirley Mego coming out. She missed 83. She needs to be a little bit quicker under the bar.
Yeah, see if she can get the right power here at the end of the pole. Yeah, it was better, but still maybe just not quite enough acceleration. Bar got to the right height. She got under it enough, but it was forward and didn't have the speed. Yeah, looked maybe just a touch heavy for an opener, and it's definitely not a comfortable position to have missed your first and second at a weight you expected to open at.
Although we saw 2 athletes in the last category, it was the men's 61s, where 2 athletes did the exact same thing, miss, miss, make, so hopefully she can follow in their footsteps. We also just got done seeing the first world record of the World Championships.
Yeah.
Spoiler to those of you who haven't yet seen it, but it was China's Li Fabin who, having secured the win on his opening clean and jerk attempt, took 175 kilos and made it to, you know, get a new world record. 3 reds on the bar on either side. He now owns all 3 world records in the category.
All right. She's going to need to make this to stay in the competition.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big lift for her.
Yeah, no, the first was pretty far away. The second was better. You know, she just needs to have that acceleration at the end so the bar gets to the right place. If she mistimes that final explosion or rushes this at all, it's not going to be good. Oh.
There we go.
Nice job. Yeah. Really good. She stayed with that one and got it in the place it belonged.
So what did she do differently technically there,
It
Max,
looked like she
to make that?
completed the extension fully and got the speed and the height on the bar she needed. The other attempts looked like she was shorting the pull, just didn't quite have the power.
Denmark, third
And you
attempt.
can see that turnover so much better.
Now, Peru has not got the largest team at these championships. She is the heaviest on the women's side. Her teammate, Fiorella, competed in the women's 45s. And then there's 3 men. We've got a 61, a 96, and a 109 competing. So just a team of 5 athletes here.
This would tie Catherine's best snatch.
From the European champs.
Now, she didn't clean and jerk her best at European, so if she does this and puts together a clean and jerk, she'll have a record performance for her. First 2 looked very comfortable.
No.
It almost looked like she started with her hips a bit higher on that one and caused that bar to swing out a little bit from her hips.
And she's got an expression of someone who just wants to have another go at it. She pulled that bar plenty high enough.
First up,
You know, she threw it over her head, really. A lot of height on that barbell. So Shayla Moore will be out next.
Chen to follow.
And Max, do you know who Shayla's coach is?
Yeah, it's Spencer Arnold.
Oh, it is Spencer. Okay.
So 85
So
kilos
in
now goes
true
to Chen
Spencer
Guanlin,
Arnold
Chen
coaching
Taipei.
fashion,
First
he's going
attempt.
to bump Shayla Moore up again, which is going to pour out Guan Chen from Taipei, the only athlete who's never competed internationally. So this is an enormous moment for her. I mean, a World Championships for your first international is not an easy thing to do.
She's also very young, born 2005.
Wow.
So youngest competitor here, I believe.
Yeah, we have 4 juniors in the competition today. Wow, a lot of power, but
a lot of power, big pull, feet came off the ground a lot, but just didn't quite control that power and put it in the right place.
85 kilos weight on the bar.
Yeah, she's 17 years old.
Yeah, she's a youth lifter, which is amazing. A lot of talent.
Yeah, with that level of strength too.
Yeah,
she'll go very far.
She could be the next Kuo Seung Chun.
Yeah.
Same country, similar weight category.
There's
And there
Colombia
on
in
our
the back.
screens, yeah, there we have the Colombian favorite, Morales. Can we see what she's on there? It looks like 80 kilos
Yep.
loaded on the bar.
Morales wants more weight.
She's asked for 85
kilos
for her
down,
opener,
please, to
so
Mexico's Ana
it's actually,
Más peso
no,
para
she's
la
asked for
Colombiana,
86, sorry, for her
en
opener,
consecuencia,
so
el
she won't be out
llamado es
quite
para
yet.
Ana López, de México.
Borrego to follow.
We'll
Se
see.
prepara Borrego.
Yep, she's
Borrego
going to take the
Nadia
85
at
here.
85 kilos.
Yep.
A new 1 minute clock. She's representing Mexico.
Okay, here's Borrego,
Más peso también para
the
Ana
first of
López.
the two
Llamamos
Mexicans.
a Irene Borrego, 85 kilogramos para
Ferrer
su
Lopez
primer
actually
intento
just
de
bumped up from 85 to 88. We actually saw Lopez power clean 100 kilos in the training hall a few days ago.
Yeah, that's a very strong power clean.
Yeah. But here's a teammate first, Borrego, 85 kilos.
Yep, just a little forward.
It's a heavy lift for her. I mean, her best is 86.
Yeah, we've seen this a bunch. A lot of lifters opening extremely close to their best lifts. Some even in excess of their best ever competition lifts. You know, some making, some missing. We've seen the two men's sessions have been pretty aggressive with misses.
Yeah.
And we are seeing, you know, a fair few misses here as well. So, you know, it's a competitive environment. We know this is leading into the Olympic quad. Everyone wants big totals. Everyone wants to be in this top 10. So, yeah, we're seeing aggressive attempts.
Okay, here's Chen. She's going to come out for a second attempt. She had more than enough height on the bar in the opener.
Yeah.
That's better.
Very strong. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how she does in the clean.
Yeah. Yeah,
Huge
ton of
pull,
power.
very strong looking legs.
Now 85 kilos again, please.
Yeah,
Second
for a
attempt.
17-year-old,
Irene Borrego,
very, very good.
Mexico.
Segundo intento con 85 kilogramos para Irene Borrego de México.
Okay, Mexico comes out again here. She's repeating her opener. 85 kilos. Looked like the first one, she just left it slightly forward. Maybe her hips were a little high or they rose too quickly off the floor. Let's see if she brings it back into her, makes that correction. Yeah, much better. Pretty easy lift.
And that is a good second attempt for Borrego.
Tres luces blancas y el movimiento es válido.
85 here is going to be the
1 kilo more.
end of that first group. Now we're moving into those that are probably going to have a shot at taking maybe a 90-kilo snatch by the third attempt. 86. We have Shayla Moore coming out.
Yep. So we're actually going to... I want to take a look and see what the youth world records are. I'm wondering if we might see Chen take a crack at those. We'll get back to you with those, but before that, here's Shayla Moore's opener at 86. Oh,
Wow.
that's amazing
That's
that she
an
can do that.
incredibly
That is
athletic
amazing.
move.
That bar was so far ahead of her as she started to stand up
A
the clean.
dramatic save
Her coach isn't happy about it.
More.
She gives the old shrug like, well, at least I made it.
I mean, the strength that you have to stand up so
Yeah.
fast that you can basically run yourself back in front of the bar to stop it from moving forward.
I know she was a collegiate gymnast, so an extremely, or
Ah,
a collegiate
right.
cheerleader, I believe, extremely athletic.
Yeah.
Just so athletic. To be able to move under the bar like that is incredible.
I mean, she's competed one time internationally, and it was the Pan American Champs, and she won it.
Yeah.
And she snatched 83 kilos there, clean and jerked 110. So the fact that she's opening up at 86,
Yeah, that's
I mean,
exceptional.
she could do very well here if her clean and jerk has progressed as much as her snatch has.
Yeah, I think we've seen her do in training in the 118 range. Mislift there. Looked like she didn't have near enough power at the top of the pole.
No lift.
Movimiento y válido.
Now, again, this is sort of what we've seen before with some of these athletes that were at the Asian Championships
Colombia.
just 6 weeks ago. They just look to be in a little bit less
Salva Morales.
quality shape than some of the other lifters who Continental Championships were much earlier in the year.
Okay, Max, here's Morales, the home athlete from Colombia. Huge support. They've got a fantastic singlet at this championships. This is 86 kilos.
Oh, so wrong opener.
Yeah, she's got a personal best in the snatch of 93 kilos.
Good lift, Morales.
Yeah, that was very, very comfortable.
Yeah, she's
almost
a junior
power
Pan
snatch.
Am. Yeah, almost.
86 kilos, please again. Second attempt, Uzbekistan.
Look at that.
Nigora.
So comfortable.
Abdullayev.
A lot in the tank there.
Yeah. So it looks like Abdullayev is going to come out. Max, I mentioned I was going to take a look and see what the youth world record was in the snatch. It's actually 89 kilos by the USA's Catherine Estep. So I don't know if realistically Chen's going to take a 5 kilo jump for that. Here's Abdullayeva. Her opener was pretty exquisite at 83.
Yeah, just a very technically sound lifter.
This sets her up nicely for a big third attempt. A new personal record on a third, potentially. Yeah,
Smooth.
definitely.
Yeah, just a beautiful lift.
Yeah, that's just a kilo below her best.
Good lift, Abdullayev.
Movimiento válido para Abdullayev.
Now 86 kilos, please. Third attempt, Irene Borrego, Mexico.
Okay, Borrego from Mexico is up next, but she's not going to take it because
she'll be bumping.
She'll bump up, yeah. That's just the automatic increase. The world records we should mention in this category, held by 2 Chinese athletes, is Li Yajun for the snatch, 102 kilos. And the clean and jerk is 129 kilos by Lao Chi-yun, who took the silver medal at the Olympic Games behind the athlete still yet to come out. He's put in the heaviest opening attempt, Hidilyn Diaz. She's put in 90 kilos. And Hidilyn Diaz is one of those athletes who, if you only watch her lift in training, you would not believe that she'd be able to do the lifts that she does in competition. I watched her snatch 85 kilos in the training hall, and it did not look very easy. And now she has 90 written in, and we know that she can snatch into the high 90s, so
yeah,
she may well just turn it on when she comes onto the platform.
One of those lifters who really peaks well and makes it count where it matters.
This is the opening attempt for Katruta from Romania.
Very solid. Gives a look of confusion there. Wondering if that's the down signal or what.
Lift, Katruta.
Yeah, we've seen.
What was that? There was an early buzzer of sorts.
Yeah, I think that might have been the 30-second clock.
Oh, right.
The timekeeper is supposed to stop the clock once the bar passes the knee, so that buzzer doesn't go off.
It's not the clock.
No,
with
it's
18
not,
seconds there.
Interesting. I don't know what that buzzer was then.
There's the expression. I like that. She looks at the left-eyed referee. Asking them what's going on. What are you doing? Okay, so Shayla Moore will bump up. She won't come out now. We have 4 athletes currently on 87. All of them on 87 due to the automatic increase.
Yeah.
So none of them will take it. We'll probably see the opening attempt from the Mexican, Ana Ferrer, I would have thought.
Yeah, these are going to be important attempts here because these seconds are going to be moving around a lot. And those lifters that select the right weight, maybe the first one to take the right number and are successful, really puts them in a different position potentially for a medal. He's got 2 lifters yet to open, but it's looking like high 80s, possibly just 90 will get a medal in the clean and jerk, or sorry, the snatch.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to squeeze into the 90s, probably. Hidilyn is definitely dangerous in this category. She's not only got the biggest snatch, but by far she has the heaviest clean and jerk of the bunch. She made 127 kilos at the Olympics.
Yeah, that second attempt was really no different than the first. It looked labored at the top of the pole. Really didn't have that speed or explosion it needed.
She did much better at the Asian Championships.
Yeah, you know, and I have to wonder if that's possibly the reason why, you know, victory at the Asians was maybe put as a higher priority than this competition. And not necessarily wrong to do that.
Yeah. If you know that you've got a chance at a medal at an international competition, then maybe you go for that. It's possible.
Yeah, everyone has to manage their career for what's most important to them, right? If you don't have a chance, you know you're going to go up against somebody or go up against multiple lifters that are just too far ahead of you. You might prioritize meets that are going to give you victories and medals. And that gets written in history books.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 87, she's still the lifter. I don't think she's going to move up.
Oh, she was a 59 lifter at Asians Max, so she has actually made a pretty substantial cut. That's right around 8% of body weight coming down to this category in 6 weeks. Yeah,
that's
a bizarre thing to do, to move down into a non-Olympic category. She snatched 92 kilos at the Asian Championship, so the drop in body weight perhaps is going to turn out to not have been the move.
Yeah, a bit odd, like you said, to move to a non-Olympic class. I'm wondering if that potentially has to do with a team selection process in Mongolia.
Yeah,
just
that's a shame.
That loss in body weight just it can kill your confidence initially. I think she gets used to this body weight class and probably adjusts to it and brings back those numbers. But yeah, unfortunate to see that.
Yeah, that's Antamir out of the snatches. She wasn't able to register a lift. This is her second senior world championships. She competed in 2021. She placed 20th there. She snatched 82 kilos in the heavier 59 kilo category. That's pretty tough.
Yeah, she was a 63 even before the beginning of her career.
69 at one point.
Yeah, wow.
Although weighing 63.65, so only just making that cutoff.
Yeah, that's a lot of body weight to move down your whole career.
So Shayla Moore is the next athlete out. We caught up with Shayla recently. She told us that training's been great this year. She says she's extremely excited to have made her first international appearance this year. Well, her first, she said, was the Pan Am Champs, and she was hoping to secure the gold there, which she did. She said this past training cycle has been her strongest so far. She's excited to showcase all of the work she's been putting in here at the World Championships. And that opening attempt was pretty spectacular from her. She's bumped up now. So we have the youth lifter, Guan Chen, 58 kilos.
So this is just slightly under the youth world record.
By a kilo.
Yeah. And
such a talent. Oh,
I'm wondering if
they gave her the down signal.
Had it under control. Got one red.
Oh, the jury's intervening. The jury's going to intervene.
The jury has stopped the competition in order to review.
Now it's an interesting one, Max, where the referees say you're under control, so you stop. They give the down signal, and then you lose control. And that seems to be what happened here. I guess they have to decide, did she lose control too soon? There she's under, and then she loses it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're reviewing it. I mean, she's just a real bundle of strength. So much power, and over the years she's going to, you know, have to try and harness it a little bit better, but she has incredible potential in this category. One incredible athlete. So the jury is still taking a look.
Yeah, I think it used to be that the
jury has overturned the referee's
rule used to be that
the
judges wouldn't give you a down signal until you had it under control for 2 seconds. I believe that's changed to once two judges agree on the call, so once there's two reds or two whites, the down signal is given, but you still have to be under control, and so that will be why that doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay, final attempt now for Borrego from Mexico. This is 88 kilos. A pretty big lift for her. Her final attempt, she missed 85 on her opener. She made it on a second attempt.
She's got to pull correctly here through the middle. Stay on top of the bar.
Oh. So close.
Yeah, almost overcorrected from the first and second.
No lift.
Push that one back behind.
Movimiento inválido.
89 kilos, please.
Okay, so we may have
Taking this
Shayla Moore come out now.
Shayla Moore, United States, second attempt.
Her best
Sube el peso de la palanqueta.
international snatch is 83, so she already beat it on her opening attempt.
Segundo intento.
And as I mentioned a few minutes ago, she said the training's been going really well, and she wants to showcase that here today.
Yeah, we're seeing that as she's already up 3 kilos on her international best.
And look at that,
opener.
just marches over to the barbell. No messing about. So fast off the floor. She pulls the bar with great speed.
Super strong, a lot of confidence, and super athletic. You know, but she's also relatively new to the sport, so as she dials that skill in and her ability to really hone in on her athletic talents, we'll see some big lifts from her.
Okay, a huge roar from the crowd can only mean one thing. Morales from Colombia is coming out for a second attempt at 89 kilos. Morales was unable to make a clean and jerk at her last competition, but prior to that, she had a 3-win streak from 2018.
Yeah, her first snatch was incredibly strong.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, just not quite far enough back. Needs to get her head through on that catch.
Yeah. And yeah, Max, it's been 3 years since she's competed internationally. So it's been a while.
Yeah,
and
that's
to come back onto the platform, it's not easy.
También con 89 kilogramos, Nigor Abdullaeva en competencia, tercer y último intento del arranque.
Oh, she's very fast under the bar. There's a team. Plenty of those in the crowd we will be seeing compete later on this week. Here's Abdullaeva. 2 perfect snatches so far. 87 is her best, so this will be a 2-kilo personal record for her on the international platform. Still 2 athletes yet to come out. Hidilyn Diaz and Ana Ferrer from Mexico.
Yeah, and they've got 90 as openers. Didn't look like she wanted any part of catching that.
No.
Just kind of let it go back.
Yeah.
Movimiento inválido para la representante.
Okay, so that's going to be 86 for Nigor Abdullaeva from Uzbekistan. Shayla Moore will come out and reattempt that 89 kilos.
Yeah, that first attempt at this looked like it was just kind of a lapse in focus. She just marched up and grabbed it and went, but it was not where it needed to be.
Here she comes again.
A lot of confidence. Better.
Oh, it was better. It was better, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah. Just not getting the bar back where she needs. So much strength, so much speed and power, too. You know, it's a shame to see just small technical changes.
But she's still pretty young. I mean, she's born in 95.
Yep.
She's got many years ahead of her. And like you said, she's still relatively new to the sport. Okay, final attempt now for Morales. She's got a very strong clean and jerk on her, so if she could just hang in the snatches with Hidilyn and Ferrer, she could be in with a shot for a podium spot.
Yeah, now we said it was possibly high 80s, low 90s is going to be a medal. And with a strong clean and jerk, she can put together the total she needs. She's just got to get her head through and turn this over.
That's the one.
Beautiful.
She had to step back to correct it, but she's done it. What a brilliant lift.
What a correction. So nice to see.
Such a good attempt. She's taking off the knee wraps to show.
Oh,
she's hurt her
in
knee.
pain. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Oh, we hate to see that.
90 kilos now, please, loaders.
After what looked like a beautiful attempt.
Opening at this weight.
I wonder if it was that step back that she had to take. I think she took it with her left leg. Here she goes. Oh no, it was the other way. She didn't look to be in pain. Oh, there, maybe she knows. It looks like she knows.
Yeah, you know, that's such a...
She can feel it.
She does have wraps on top of sleeves. You know,
pressure.
Yeah, which to me would indicate maybe she's got some knee stuff going on. You know, to have that much support on her knees.
Okay, here's the Olympic champion, Hidilyn Diaz from the Philippines. 7 kilos below her personal best, but still an enormous opener. That's the one.
Nice.
And you know, she caught those knee sleeves during the pull. I could actually hear it from here.
Good lift to open for
But
Hidilyn Diaz.
it didn't cause her too much of an issue.
Yeah, she
looks calm.
Casual opener, pretty easy.
Yeah, caught that left knee sleeve. Yeah. But a great opening attempt. Now, I think this is where we're going to find out a lot. How strong is Ana Ferreira in the snatch? We know she can clean and jerk. She's got a huge squat. We saw her power clean 100, but what can she snatch?
Great speed on that snatch.
Potentially quite a lot.
Wow. She is a contender here.
Good lift, Ferrer.
Yeah, she looks like she's having to hop a little bit forward to make that lift.
This is the second attempt.
My feeling is that she maybe has a little bit less in the pull than Hidilyn did, but she seems like the faster of the two athletes, so it's going to be a great matchup between them.
And here's...
But yeah, let's not forget Katruta.
Yeah, Romania, that's a big jump, 3 kilos, but she must have waited forever here. Romania is exceptionally good in weightlifting. They've produced so many good lifters. They've got such a great history of it. It's very nice to see the team back here.
Yeah, there have been 10 attempts since her opener at 87.
She's frustrated. It looks like, you know, we have to wonder, such a seemingly small jump, 3 kilos, that many attempts in between them, you know.
She can't believe it.
Yeah, just frustration.
Yeah, real frustration.
She's here representing Romania.
She's fuming.
She has 2 minutes.
She knows that she could have made that, but she's going to follow herself. She's got 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, she's going to need this 90 to secure a medal in the snatch.
You can already see athletes warming up there.
Yeah. Currently, 3rd place is Colombia. We don't know if she'll come out to clean and jerk, though. Her knee is injured, so 90 to surpass that is going to be the minimum for a medal.
It's going to be required, Should be the 3rd athlete to snatch 90. So 1:15 on the clock. It'll be interesting to see how much of the time she wants to take. Oftentimes these lighter categories, they don't want to wait too long. They come out after pretty much just a minute.
Yeah, you know, you're not a plus 87, so there's not as much need to recover.
Okay, a few slaps all over.
Please welcome her back, representing Romania.
Quads, arms, traps. She looks ready for this.
Yeah.
Focused and determined. Looks like the kind of athlete who's ready to attack a weight rather than one who's fearful.
Yeah, someone you hold back in training rather than needing to push forward. Every coach appreciates that, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, she brings that bar all the way to the back of the platform, so maybe she expects to have to step forward.
Right. Yeah, you're right, Max. But she still didn't have enough of a platform.
It's a tough pill to swallow to have to wait that long
Oh, she looks devastated.
Come out and be that close, but just not able to get it. And just a few steps more, you know?
Yeah. You can see her. She's holding back tears there. She hasn't competed internationally in a long while. Of course, Romania has just finished a 18-month ban from the sport. There's a good coach's lean.
Yeah.
All the coaches watching, take note. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
To follow.
Now for the gold in the snatch. This battle is coming down to these two, both with 90.
Both put 93 in for now. Of course, that might change after Hidilyn attempts this.
Diaz is first because she did the 90 first.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the last snatch that either of them makes, though. Nice.
Such a good lift.
Yeah, great little adjustment at the bottom. She stayed down there, balanced, and came back up. You saw the same thing on the first as well.
Good lift.
Honestly,
Diaz.
I think we need to go and talk to Julius and ask what he does for Hidilyn's taper, because she looks so much stronger now than she did even just 3-4 days ago in the training hall.
Yeah, really smart training there. She's not taking some of the giant attempts we see some other athletes take in the training hall week before, and clearly it's paying off. Her lifts look fantastic on the platform here.
I also saw her a few days ago, as plenty of the Asian teams tend to do. She took a heavy deadlift just 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Over 150 kilos in the deadlift she went for, which is not the most conventional thing to do, but a lot of teams now doing that. Heavy pulls.
Yeah, we see that a lot more often.
Okay, so Ferez going for a kilo lead at 94.
She was very fast on that last snatch. But yeah, like you pointed out, just a little bit forward on the first. You know, she doesn't have the patience to get the bar in the right spot. That speed doesn't matter because the bar won't be there when she gets to the bottom.
Remains on the bar. Ana Ferreira has 2 minutes to come back and take this attempt again.
Yeah, I think she's going to lose this clock. I think, nope, Diaz has already put 95 in, so she's running her own race, I think, at this point. She knows that
Just 2 attempts.
She's a stronger clean and jerker.
Yeah, plus this 95 basically forces Lopez to take 94 if she wants any shot at a medal, because jumping to 95 would just be a bit too much.
Yeah, they're close in the snatch. They're not really close in the clean and jerk. Ferez best is 111 kilos. Hidilyn's 127 kilos. That was the gold medal winning lift from the Olympic Games in Tokyo last summer. But I mean, that was to some degree a bit of an outlier even for Hidilyn. She hadn't really lifted particularly close to that ever, actually, prior to that competition. High teens, really. Occasionally she scraped into the 20s. She hit 121 kilos at Worlds in 2019 and 120 kilos at the Southeast Asian Games. But other than that, it's been between 115 and 119.
It's one of those stars align kind of moments where you take a heroic lift for a victory that's just a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
A little bit like Matthias Steiner at the Olympics in 2008.
Yeah, exactly.
Go for a huge record and somehow it lands at the right time on the right day.
Yeah, she's got to be a little more patient here and get that bar back better so she gets under it properly.
I think that's it.
She did it.
Oh no! She's let it go behind.
Spoke too soon.
She looks all right though.
Assuming she maybe thinks that's a training make. You know, maybe sometimes the number is more significant. That's unfortunate because to miss behind.
Snatch of the session.
Yeah.
Representing Philippines.
Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks of Rustami in 2000 and was it 17? 15? Yeah.
96, please.
15, I think.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times across the years. Lifters taking a record attempt, making it, and then dropping it behind, you know, seemingly losing balance.
Okay, so Hidilyn now already has a 3 kilo lead, and now she gets to try and extend it by a further 3.
Yeah.
This is a big lift for Hidilyn. Her best ever is 97 kilos. And that's what she made at the Olympic Games. So She is way up there right now.
She's got a great pull, a lot of strength. She does sometimes have to focus on catching the bottom. She's got great presence of mind to stabilize, though. We'll see.
Yeah, she's rarely an athlete who has to run it out. Yeah. Yeah, really scraping on the sleeves. But
Hidilyn Diaz, we will now take a 10-minute break.
I saw her doing some. I mean, this is what is interesting. I saw her snatch 80 kilos in the training hall, 85, and it looked relatively heavy. And then a few minutes later, she's doing snatch high pulls with 100 kilos, and she was pulling them high.
Yeah.
And so she just is one of those lifters where, you know, nothing looks particularly easy, but she can just keep going, going, going.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of generally accepted practices in training that are you know, principles that we try to adhere to as coaches, and I think as athletes become more and more developed and they get further along in their career, you know, those principles still exist, but there's a lot of individualization that occurs, and you know, people find things that are a little unorthodox. You know, we see in the training halls lifters doing exercises that, you know, maybe are unique to them, or doing different things that are just a little bit unique, and maybe it works for them. So yeah, we see that kind of thing with her there, like you're saying, maybe not taking the hugest lifts in the warm-up room, or sorry, in the training hall, but yeah, showing up on the platform.
Yep. So again, a pretty tough session. 16 makes out of 36, so fewer than half once again. The gold medal, though, is going to go to the Olympic champion Hidilyn Diaz from the Philippines. She made 93 kilos on her second attempt. The silver medal to Ana Ferrer from Mexico, who made 90 kilos on her opener. She almost made 94 for the lead, but she missed it behind on that third attempt. I wonder, Max, had she made that, had she not left it behind, would Hidilyn have gone for 95 or 96, and could she have made it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, and then the bronze medal is, I'm going to go to Morales from Colombia, of course. 89 kilos she made on her third attempt, but at what cost? She clutched her leg afterwards and had to be helped off the platform. Hopefully, she's able to continue. There's a good replay of Shayla Moore, an incredible save she made on her opening attempt there at 86.
Yeah, and here's that 89 we see from Morales.
She had to take a little step back.
Oh, that's the 86.
Yeah, that's the 86.
They cut from the 89 to the 86, unfortunately.
And then this was the no lift from the youth lifter. Such a shame. She didn't quite have it under control, and there she goes, missing it again. I relived that moment for a second just then. Great opener there from Ferrer.
90.
Yeah, an exciting competition, and as we said, athletes are going to have to get into the high 80s and 90s to medal, and that's about what happened. 89 just scraped the bronze, 93 the gold, so not a lot in it. We saw Shayla Moore 86, Guan Chen 85. Unfortunately, Engtemir from Mongolia missed all three lifts, the cut down from 59 proving a bit too much for her. Katruta from Romania made 87. She took a couple of attempts at 90. Both of them were close. In fact, she, along with several other athletes, set the barbell up as far back on the platform as possible, expecting to have to run it out, and she just ran out of runway, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a dangerous strategy, you know. As a coach, you have to wonder, obviously I'm sure they work on that trajectory, trying to get the bar to not go forward so much and cause all that running, but you know, you gotta dance with the one you brung when you get to the competition. And so if you're gonna run forward, then you know, give yourself the best possible scenario, roll that bar back and go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look at some of these interviews that we were able to conduct with these athletes. We were just talking about Katruta from Romania, who missed those two attempts at 90. She said the training has been very good for her this year. 91 kilos she said she'd made in the snatch in training. No wonder she was hoping to make that 90 there in competition. 112 kilos in the clean and jerk. We asked her, have you had any injuries? And she said, well, she replied saying, why would I lie? Yes, I have had injuries. She didn't then specify what they were, but she was willing to at least tell us that she did have some. And then in terms of what she's focusing on, she said she's just trying to focus on silence, trying to just be, I guess, quietly focused on the lifts. And you can see that she is one of those athletes who is fired up, the kind of athlete you have to hold back in training. And so her focusing on just being a bit more peaceful, you know, makes some sense there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says she has no opinion on her competitors. She says she supports them. Everyone is strong in their own way. And so for her, she says, my opponents are not enemies.
Yeah, very supportive.
Yeah.
We see a lot of that response from a lot of the female competitors, that they see and respect their opponents quite a bit.
Yeah, Hidilyn Diaz told us that her best snatch this year was from the blocks. She made 97 kilos. That equals her best snatch in competition as well. Her best snatch from the floor, however, was 94 kilos. So that 93 was pretty good on her second attempt, and then 96 would have been her best snatch from the floor this year. I mean, that just further proves our point that she is the kind of athlete who peaks so well for competitions. She just really turns it up a notch and pulls out her best performances.
Yeah, we even see that too in that result at the Olympics, right? She got herself to the ability to do that and just needed to actually put it on the bar.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, at this point, she's probably going to be too far ahead. We know that she's strong on the clean and jerk. This year in training, she's made as much as 120 kilos in the lift, 125 jerk she's made out of the rack. So she's definitely in good shape. As long as she can put together a couple of lifts, she's going to be just fine. And actually, interestingly, Max, she's never won a World Championships, despite being an Olympic champion. So this may be, well, this is an enormous competition for her.
Yeah, that's actually extraordinary to be an Olympic champion but not world champion.
We see that with one other athlete here. I wonder if you know who that is. Not to put you on the spot there.
I'm not sure I know.
It's Miso Hasona.
Oh.
And I think he's in a similar situation where he's very likely to win this World Championships. Having changed categories, moved up to the 102 kilo category. His biggest competitor, Tian Tao, has moved down to the 89 kilo category. And his future competitors still remain at 109 and haven't yet come down. I'm thinking of Ruslan Nuruddinov in particular. So this should be a competition in which he can do well.
Yeah.
With that said, I watched a competitor of his, Artyom Antropov from Kazakhstan, clean and jerk 220 kilos this morning.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Absolutely, I mean, nothing. You know, I've seen Miso Hasona lift plenty of times. I'm not sure I've seen him make 220 kilos look as easy as Antropov made it, though.
Yeah, I did talk to Miso for a second, and he did say he was in better shape here than he was in Asia, so it'll be exciting.
Yeah, and he won the Asian Championships pretty comfortably, despite not snatching so well. His clean and jerk is too much of an outlier. He's made a world record in training. Of course, that's unofficial, but he still put that weight overhead. 232 kilos he made.
Yeah, that'll be a good battle because Antropov's not necessarily the best snatcher as well, so they're somewhat evenly matched in their skills and strengths.
So just 2 minutes left on the clock until we get underway for the clean and jerk portion of this women's 55 kilo category. We are live from Bogota, Colombia, to World Championships 2022. Now, Max, let's take another look at some of our interview with Hidilyn Diaz. She said that the last 3 months she's been struggling with her IT band. She's found it pretty hard mentally just to stay focused and motivated. And yet we see her getting very close to her all-time best. So whatever she was dealing with, she's seemingly been able to put it aside for this competition. And again, she said she's focusing on regaining the same level of strength, passion, focus, and technique that she had at the Tokyo Olympics. She says she needs to get back to prioritizing her training. Well, if this is her without having prioritized her training this year, everybody needs to be worried about what she's going to do. Presumably, she'll change category.
I imagine so. I mean, she's an Olympic champion. She probably wants another shot at it, so she's probably going to go up to 59.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the cut down would just be a little bit too much.
I don't think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. The 59 class is very strong as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see that. We've talked about this many times before, just how much the consolidation of talent now is going to have an impact on these classes, because we're going to see those top 10, basically being drawn from above and below the class. Everyone moves in, and suddenly those Olympic classes just start to become more and more challenging. Everybody is fighting for those spots, and these next competitions, next classes here, even we're going to see that. We've seen in the 89s, from the 81s into the 89s, and from the 96s down.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see the Chinese have already vacated this category.
Yeah.
They have no interest in non-Olympic categories, so the 2 world record holders, Lao Chiyun and Li Yajun, not here competing. But tomorrow, in the women's 59s, up against the 5-time world champion Kuo Seung Chun, we're going to see 2 Chinese athletes looking to hopefully dominate that category.
Yeah.
100 kilogramos en la palanqueta para Ana Ferrer de México. Primer intento.
Okay, so we're back underway. Currently, Ana Ferrer, who took the silver medal in the snatches, supposedly going to be the first to lift. She won't be. Yeah, she's made a change. How much has she bumped up by? She's gone from 100 up to 104. Not a huge bump up.
We've got about 6 kilos that separates everybody but 2 competitors here. So we're going to see a lot of moving around, and potentially similar situations to what we saw in the snatch, where some lifters may have a 3 kilo jump but have 8 to 10 attempts between those. So really going to come down to those who can mentally deal with that rest.
Not a particularly heavy opener here for Abdullaeva. She's made 108 kilos before. So right around 93%.
Again, really nice technique.
Yeah.
Very solid jerk.
Yeah, very straight back leg, but she drives that bar so high. She really doesn't need to bend it too much.
Y el movimiento es válido para la representante de Uzbekistán.
101 kilos, please. Representing Denmark. This is the first attempt. Katrina.
So Katrin Brun, we mentioned that she had her best competition at the European Championships. That was where she snatched 84 kilos, but she clean and jerked just 100, so she's already looking to beat that now.
Yeah.
184 kilos is her best total, so she'll need 103.
Well, this would tie it, so this would be a 184 total, because she snatched...
What did she snatch?
Did she snatch 83? No.
82.
82. Yeah, so she's going to get a kilo under her best here with this lift. Nice clean.
Wow.
I think that left arm may be a press out.
You think it was a little slow?
It looked a little bit late.
Yeah, 2 reds.
2 reds.
She can't believe it. She's a bit confused. But
trying to sell it there, I think, on the look back, but
she's selling it well.
Yeah.
I think she's even got us convinced. They are going to throw in a challenge.
Yeah.
Did they throw in a challenge, or did the jury intervene? Because I didn't see them hand in a card, but there is a stop.
There looks like they're running, the marshal's running there.
But not with a card.
Yeah, yeah, no challenge.
I think the jury stopped it.
They're doing a replay here on screen.
After reviewing the tape, the jury has overturned.
Oh wow, jury has overturned the referees, and they're calling a good lift. And I just...
That's a bit confusing because... yeah,
I looked at the...
let's watch it here on the screen. We can see that left arm, I think, was a little bit slow.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
The left referee, when he found out that the jury had overturned his decision, he did a sigh and he did a little shake of his head. And then when they replayed it, once again, he did a little shake of his head. I don't know what he saw.
Yeah.
But he's a stickler for the rules, apparently. He's not happy.
For someone's rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good lift, so...
So Katrin's going to want to go for 103 to beat her personal best in total. She's got that put in now. But before we get there, we have 3 other athletes who've got 103 written in for their opening attempts. The first from Romania is Andrea Cotruta.
Change 103 still on the bar.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing a lot of that jockeying around now.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Andrea told us that she made 112 kilos in training this year, so 103, definitely a little bit light for her. So Juliana Clarissa will come out. 108 kilos is her best. We saw her at the Asian Championships earlier this year. She snatched 78 there and clean jerked 103, so I believe that might have also been her opening attempt, so hopefully she can improve on that performance.
Yeah, this 103 should be well within her abilities. It is a bit heavy, but she's still got some room there. Yeah, very strong pull, but the bar landed on her a little bit hard.
Wow.
Solid jerk.
Yeah, she puts a lot of weight on that right foot as she slowly brings the left one back forward.
Good.
You know, she, just like in the snatch, she transitions in the pull very early. Her knees come back forward and she gets her shoulders back behind her bar very early.
Yeah.
Jumps back a little bit.
Relies on that power from her hips. Kind of throws her back a little bit. As long as she brings the bar with her and the trajectory of that stays intact, she's good.
Plenty of successful Bulgarians have jumped a foot back in every single competition lift and been fine.
Yeah, we've seen a few lifters here take a big jump back.
Yeah.
And again, we see a lot of different styles. A lot of different countries have different styles. It's affected by training, by body type, levers, just their personal, preference. How they lift. It's a unique sport because we see a lot of different stuff happening, but still successful on all levels. It's you almost very rarely see two lifters that look identical in their technique. Obviously, some countries have stylistic elements that are the same, but not always the same looking lifters.
There are definitely some countries for whom, if you were to look at a silhouette of an athlete, you could tell where they came from.
Mexico, first attempt.
Yeah, the head down in the snatch, probably a Chinese element.
In the last minute, we saw Borrego bump up to 104, which called out Katrin Brun, who bumped up to 104. And now we're at Anna Ferrer, who was on the board initially at 100. She's now the lifter at 104 kilos. I wonder if she's going to take this, Max, because she put in such a big snatch at 90 kilos.
Yeah,
it would be so devastating if she wasn't able to make a total.
She's moved up.
She has.
Nuevamente un cambio y el llamado es entonces para Irene Borrego de México. 104 kilogramos en la palanqueta, la esperan para su primer intento.
So 3 successful openers in the clean and jerk. We've not seen that for, I don't know if we've seen that at all yet.
Yeah,
this
maybe
championship.
not since the 49s.
Yeah. Okay, here comes Katrin. This will equal her. No, this is for a personal best in the clean and jerk in competition.
And total.
And total, and it equals her best training clean and jerk. And she looks very ready for this.
Yeah, it's a big lift for her.
Enjoying every moment. I believe that there was a brief period where she wasn't even sure if she'd continue with weightlifting, but she seemed to have entered a real high point in her career at the moment. Personal records, A sessions at the World Championships. That's a bit too much.
Yeah, the top of that pole didn't have enough.
Yeah.
She left it a little bit forward, didn't quite get it turned over, and so she caught it a little odd.
Yeah, I think she can make that. That looked. It didn't look like a normal lifting. It almost looked like she tried something else.
Yeah.
And didn't quite pull it off, but she's strong enough for it.
Yeah, if we watch the replay, if there is a replay, we'll see it almost looked like she stayed over the bar so much she didn't actually open up at the extension, and the bar was just forward slightly because of that.
Almost looked like she tried to rack the bar in a wonky way, like one arm went through, one didn't quite.
Yeah.
But I think she will take that again.
Yeah, that'd be the smart move here.
2 minutes on the clock. She won't be too fatigued. I mean, she really only did a pull there.
Brun has asked for more weight. That will bring
she's going up.
kilograms to the bar.
She wants to
The opening attempt from Chen Guanling, Chinese Taipei.
A 105 will be an enormous lift for her if she's able to put this overhead. A huge personal record in the total as well. Okay, so we have the youth athlete here. Incredibly strong legs. Very powerful.
Yeah. We saw her basically get within a kilo of the youth world record in the snatch, but wasn't stable when
they gave the down signal.
Got the down signal, so didn't get it.
Now the youth world record in the clean and jerk is 110 kilos.
Well, 105 is a good place to open for that.
Strong legs.
Yeah. Very strong jerk. She really takes a lot of time to set her body right before dipping. It's a methodical approach. It's very good to see.
And she seems so strong and rigid in that dip and drive. She didn't buckle in the upper back. She didn't shift the hips back or forward. It was just a truly vertical dip and drive. Very strong, very powerful.
And a change, 105 now on the bar. Rosalba Morales.
Okay, so
Colombia,
Morales asking for 105. So she finished the snatch in third with 89, but was clearly in pain, grabbing her knee. She looked like she was limping off the stage as well. I'm curious to see if she's going to take this.
Well, she's dropped her opener way down. She does have a 120 kilo clean and jerk in her. Looks like she is going to come out. I mean, if she was feeling bad earlier on, she would have scratched.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning that Engtemir from Mongolia has done just that. After missing all 3 snatches, she's resigned from the rest of the competition.
No,
she's going to go up to 105. Get a bit more time.
Oh, Morales has bumped back to 110.
Okay.
Move to 10.
That's an interesting move. We currently have 6 athletes set at 105 kilos. And this an early opening attempt for Anna Ferrer after taking the silver medal in the snatch. One of the first, well, certainly in the first half of athletes out in the clean and jerk.
Yeah, strong pull, but a little bit forward.
Oh, wow.
Power jerk.
So strong. Now, Max, do you think that when one shoe is worn through, she has to buy 2 new separate pairs of shoes? Because she has different shoes on each feet. Or does she just buy a new shoe as and when the time sort of requires? Does she sometimes have a new shoe on one foot and an old shoe on another? Or does she buy 2 separate pairs each time?
If she buys 2 pairs, potentially she has, she can just wear 1 pair out and then use the other pair. Right? She's got 4 shoes. So
only if she's willing to switch which one is black and which one is white.
Right.
And I'm not in a position to say that she's happy to do that, Max.
That's a good point.
It's quite the assumption you've made.
We've seen that a lot, actually, with the athletes. Their stylistic shoe choices. Everything from the gold Zhaojuns to the multicolored here.
105 kilo opener for Borrego.
Yeah. Big extension from the hips on that. She's taking her time. The bar's a little bit twisted there. You can see it's dipping on the right side. Yeah, a little bit
got an issue with one of her elbows.
That right shoulder is definitely, her right shoulder is definitely not functioning the way her left is. It's all internally rotated and everything's kind of forward. Or we saw a similar action from
it was
Bulgarian.
Angel Rusev.
Angel Rusev had, it was in the snatch, was much more pronounced than that, but you can see, look at that right shoulder is kind of trying to close up on her. She still made the lift, so potentially it was an old injury that's healed, but has left her with maybe a different position overhead.
Yeah. Okay, so Nigora Abdullaeva, who made 2 perfect snatches at 83 and 86, missed 89, comes out now for a second attempt at 105 kilos.
Bit of a tougher clean there. She fell back.
Oh, I wonder out those elbows.
Yeah. Strong jerk.
Yeah.
We'll see if the elbows were okay.
Yeah. A little bit lightheaded, but she's...
Jury stop.
Yeah, jury stop. Okay.
You know, we saw her lifting in the same costume at the Asian Championships, in which the background was black. She was obviously in a little better shape there, but you know, the slight benefit of having the all-black costume on the black background, very different here with the background being so bright. I think you can highlight and see any movement of the elbow a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, she told us that her best clean and jerk in training recently has been 110 kilos. She had absolutely no injuries, which is good for her. She said she's focusing on everything.
Yeah, they overturned that. That was a bit strict, I think. That looked like it was a sharp jerk. It was made, but maybe she was fighting to hold it overhead.
I think our left side referee feels a bit vindicated after the jury agree with his... He was the one red light on that left.
Yeah, potentially.
He's back on the good books. Back in the good books there. Okay, Juliana Clarissa comes back out. I think she sort of short-stepped her jerk on her opening attempt, but made it. 105 kilos now, 3 kilos below her best.
Pretty good clean, but that adjustment maybe collapsed.
There we go.
Great jerk again.
Yeah, she's been unable to make that for her last 3 competitions, so it's good to see her get back to that 105 level that she's been at previously in competitions. 108 is her best. She did that at the 2020 Asian Champs that were held in 2021. Okay, Katrin Brun will now come out. It's the wrong name on the scoreboard. There we are. There's a correction. She was unable to get under 104 kilos on that second attempt.
This is a lifetime record for her. 105 would be a PR clean and jerk in competition and total.
And a PR in training. She's never done this.
Really big attempt for her.
Just can't quite make herself commit to getting under that. It's a heavy lift.
Yeah.
And you know, when you get to these sort of checkpoint weights, any weight that ends in a 0 or a 5, it's got a little extra sort of mental load attached to it that a normal increment by kilo doesn't have.
Yeah, you're lifting your emotions at that point as well.
Yeah, no doubt 105 kilos carries the weight of expectation that she's put on it for a long time. Tough lift. But she snatched well.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad competition for her.
No. Yeah, 183 kilos. I think that's only 1 kilo below her best ever total.
Yeah, and first time probably appearing in the A session at Worlds.
Yeah, definitely.
We see.
I don't even think she was in the A session at Europeans.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we saw Morales walking around the back, so I'm very curious to see if she's going to come out based on what pain she looked like she was in with her knee.
So next up, it looks like, well, it's currently written in as Anna Ferrer. She'll bump up. That's the automatic increase from her opener.
Yeah. We have seen a lot of successful clean and jerks here, actually, considering how many have taken lifts and how the snatches ended up.
It's likely going to end up to be Abdullaeva after a few changes come through.
Mexico, second attempt.
See the coaches in the back room.
Yeah, Mexico's moving up. We can see in real time.
Yeah.
And she wants more weight.
So Borrego wants 108, so that will bring out Abdullaeva, who missed 105. She moved up to 106 just to buy a bit of time. She looked Well, she looked pretty good in the clean. She was given the lift initially, and then the jury intervened and said it was a no lift.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a surprising call. I think we've seen some calls here that did capture press outs that potentially were there, but we've also seen a few that were a little bit overly strict, I think. Yeah, just taking the 1 kilo bump. Wants to build that total.
That's a tough clean.
Oh, yeah.
She really lost connection with it on the turnover. Wow.
That looked like a better jerk.
Yeah, I think that's a good lift. Her right arm doesn't straighten as much as the left, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't wobble at all.
Yeah. Definitely better than the second,
Well, if the left-hand judge says it's a good lift, then it's a good lift in my books.
107 kilograms, please.
The harshest critic.
First attempt for Shayla Moore.
Okay, that's great lifting there from Abdullaeva. Her best clean and jerk in competition prior to this was 108, so it's not far off. So we have 5 athletes still yet to open. Shayla Moore from the USA, Andrea Katruta from Romania, who looks to be the next out. Then we have Mego from Peru.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Hidilyn Diaz, who's got the heaviest opener written in at 115, and Morales at 110.
Yeah, and Karutra, her best clean and jerk, she said, was about 112, so this is a strong,
training,
a strong opener here.
Well, she was pretty gutsy with her snatch as well.
Yeah, it's only a kilo from her best internationally, which is very heavy.
It's a good clean.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really solid jerk.
Yeah. She looks like the kind of athlete who's been split jerking since she was young.
Yeah. Yeah, some people just pick that lift up and it's natural. It's the most natural looking lift for them.
Such a, it often proves to be the most challenging of lifts for athletes to pick up, particularly later on in life, just to get the mechanics of it, that feeling of stepping out in front of the bar, stepping that front foot out ahead of the knee. But she's done a lot of footwork in her life.
Yeah, really solid.
Okay, opening attempt now for Shayla Moore.
Yeah, very strong, very athletic here. Just a bit new to the sport.
2 kilos below her international best.
Strong clean. Yep.
Yeah.
Also a strong jerk here.
Yeah. You don't tend to see ex-gymnasts or cheerleaders press out.
Yeah.
They have great lockouts, and she definitely had that there.
Yeah.
There's been a
Is there a jury stop? Is that
technical stop, yeah.
Technical stop.
I'd like to see why. Didn't seem to be anything wrong with that, did there?
I don't. Yeah, there's a stop. I'm wondering if they're gonna review that lift.
I don't know why.
Maybe her right arm was slightly late, but it looked so solid from our viewpoint. Let's see what's going on.
Oh, so it says 110 kilos on the scoreboard was supposed to be the weight for Shayla Moore, but she took 108.
We saw something similar like this happen. No, it was a little bit different, but
It was a little bit different to the Asian champs.
the wrong weight on the bar. So they must have.
And the issue is it skipped over 3 other athletes who've got 108 written in.
So she
Did
probably will not get. I don't know exactly what the rules would be there. If they would not give her credit for the 108 or let her take credit for the 108, and then she can choose the next 2.
Yeah. Did they put the change in too late? There you can see it on your screens. 110 is written in for her, Shayla Moore, lot number 1, but she came out and made 108. Now this causes issues for Mego, who is supposed to be opening now, has probably timed it quite well, and now has to sit and wait.
Juliana Carissa with 108 for her 3rd, and Ferrara 108 for her 2nd.
And Borrego.
Yeah, a lot of lifters with 108 there that potentially would have taken it.
5 athletes have 108 written in.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they...
And when she walked off the platform, it had Mego written in on the clock. So she took Mego's attempt.
She went out and took someone else's lift, it looks like.
Talk about being eager.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I'm wondering, though, if they called her name. I don't know why.
I heard her name.
Yeah, we heard her name.
I don't think it was... I don't believe it was her fault or the team's fault. I think it was just some mix-up.
Strange event here. This is really a pain for a lot of people, too, because there's a lot of time just running down here. People that have been waiting maybe a few attempts. Yeah, this can be frustrating.
It's probably already been 4 minutes or so.
Yeah.
While athletes are sat there waiting. You can see the IWF on the other side of the platform from us are deep in conversation. We've got people on the phone to the back room trying to work out what's going on.
I think the question is the decision. Now, they're going to give her credit for 108. And, and that's just what she gets because she took that lift.
And that's what she wanted to take, presumably, because...
Well, why would 110 be on there? I think.
But why wouldn't she have walked onto the platform and turned around and said, why is there not big blue on the bar?
Well, the speed she walks up to the bar with, maybe she didn't notice.
It was just a blur to her.
Same with, but same with her coaches as well. I would have assumed someone would have noticed.
Spencer would have noticed that was the wrong weight and said something.
Yeah,
surely.
Potentially. Yeah, very odd. And maybe they thought she was taking 110, or they wanted 110.
110 would have equaled her best.
Yeah, really an odd situation. I think it'd be great to get what was going on in the back room from those involved. What the
someone's just ran out from the back.
Thank you for your patience. We have a 1 minute clock set for Charlie.
So she just gets credit for the lift she did. If she wanted 110, that's a bit unfortunate, but
yeah, as if Mego's competition hadn't been tricky enough. She missed her first 2 attempts in the snatch, and now she's had a delayed opener in the clean and jerk. Oh no. She's okay.
A slow and labored pull, and then the big lean back, trying to get the hips to open up through. Just pushed all of that momentum backward on her. She landed on her heels too far.
Remains on the bar. This is the second attempt.
That's got to be frustrating to have that kind of delay and wait there. I have no doubt that played some role in that attempt.
So is Ana Ferrer going to come out for this? She has such a strong clean. She is.
Yeah.
Silver in the snatch, but I think it's that power jerk potentially that is just maybe concerns her a little bit.
Yeah, she's been waiting a long time as well. 105 to 108. Again, only 3 kilos, but
must have been at least 10 attempts. Yeah. And, you know, she currently sits in the lead. She's going to extend that lead by another 3 kilos. Try and sneak a bronze medal, or maybe a silver.
Very strong clean. She's got the legs for it.
There we go. That's
comfortable.
Maybe a stronger lockout than on the opener.
Yeah, that was very solid.
Yeah, I mentioned to you earlier that we saw her doubling 145 in the back squat 3-4 days ago. So, like you said, she does have the legs for it.
Second attempt.
Segundo intento con 108 kilogramos.
Mego to follow.
So 2 athletes still to open. The snatch gold medalist, Hidilyn Diaz, and the snatch bronze medalist, Morales. Hidilyn's put in for 115, Morales for 110 kilos. I wonder if anyone's going to be able to catch these 3 front runners in the snatch. Shayla Moore might be eyeing up Ana Ferrer for the total.
Yeah.
She can put in a big clean and jerk. Same with Katruta.
Very good clean. And watch that right shoulder. You see a lot of twisting here. She's moving to the right. Yeah, it's not a great position to be stable overhead.
No lift.
Movimiento inválido.
Yeah, it's like a little limited abduction in that right shoulder. Just can't get it so far back up.
Noel Imego de Perú es llamada para su segundo intento. 108
Okay, so
kilogramos.
here we have Mego coming out. She was somewhat hard done by on her opener because of that extra sort of 5 minutes she had to wait due to the mix-up of whose attempt it was.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Still not easy. No.
No.
If it wasn't left out in front, that right arm never locked out either.
Yeah. She's struggling here.
Movimiento inválido.
You know, she struggled to make
Now,
one snatch.
Yeah.
She's in the same position she was in snatch. 2 misses,
Mexico,
1 lift left to stay in the competition.
She has made 110 kilos in competition before, but at her last 6 competitions, she's not been able to make as much as 108 kilos. In fact, this will be a personal best for her since the 2019 World Champs. So it's been 3 years since she's touched this in competition.
That will bring back Choily Mego, 108 kilos. She's here representing Peru.
Yep, she's got less than a minute left.
Yeah, she did tell us though, Max, when we spoke to her, that training has been very hard this year. She said her best clean and jerk in training has been 110 kilos. She's not had any injuries this year, but last year she had a meniscus operation on her right knee. Which might be causing her some of this pain now.
Second attempt, Moore here representing the United States.
Sigue subiendo el peso a la palanqueta, 109 kilogramos, y llamamos a Sheila Moore, Estados Unidos.
Some more movement here. We're going to see a lot of lifters bump around.
Anna Ferrer similarly has had an injury on her right knee. And didn't we say that the same was true for Morales? On her left knee, I think she said. So I think 3 athletes here have got some knee issues. Okay, here's Juliana Clarissa, 3rd attempt, 109 kilos. This will be a 1 kilo personal best for her. So this would move her up to 191 kilos in the total, which would not put her into a medal position.
Rock back a little bit on the heels.
That's the danger of getting so far back behind the bar.
Her jerk has been strong.
You had to say it.
I realized as I said that, probably the worst moment.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to wrap up Juliana Clarissa's performance here. She went 4 for 6, 82 in the snatch, 105 in the clean and jerk. Not any personal records for her, but also not a bad total. That's 187 kilos. I think we'll now see Borrego from Mexico come out. She missed 108 on her 2nd attempt. This is 109. Borrego told us she's made 110 kilos in training this last year.
Yeah, she's got a strong clean. She's just struggled a bit with that right shoulder in the jerk.
Very strong stand. It's just going to come down to that right shoulder.
Yeah, not quite there.
You have to wonder what can be done there. I mean, it looks like her body is not letting that shoulder to, to cooperate.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation. If there's any physical therapy that can be done to improve that position and correct that shoulder or potentially an injury that needs to be repaired.
109 kilogramos para el tercer intento de Joely Mego de Perú.
Well, now we've got basically 110 and more.
We have one final attempt at 109.
Yeah.
From Mego.
She's going to come out now.
She really needs this. She's had such a tough year of training, she said, and that's been extended into this competition. She's currently 1 for 5. Can she make it 2 for 6 and get a total? This will put her at 192 kilos.
She's got the support of the entire audience here.
Huge pull.
Much better clean. Wow.
There we go. I think she's going to get it.
Gotta be one of the most satisfying lifts she's ever done.
She puts her arms in the air, triumphant with a total.
Just a relief to be done.
Yeah.
Now, please, loaders,
Team Peru getting their second total at this competition. The first came from the women's 45s a couple of days ago. And that jerk was spot on.
Yeah, made it when it counted.
Okay, now this is an interesting opener because we get to see the Colombian. The last time we saw her, she was being helped off stage by 2 other people. She took the bronze in the snatch at 89 kilos.
She looks like she's in pain. She's crying here. She's in tears.
She's clean and jerked 120 kilos in the past. She is looking very emotional. A lot of support from the crowd.
You know, I have to wonder how much of that may be because she was forced to open where she didn't want to because of whatever happened with that knee.
Yeah. I think she's changed her knee wraps.
Yeah. Wow. Solid clean.
Such grit. Oh my word, that is astonishing. She puts her feet together, and I think that's super emotional to hit a total after 3 years out of international competition.
Wow.
At the World Championships in front of her home team.
That's just an absolute incredible grit to come on stage after what happened in the snatch.
And take the lead.
Yeah, and make that lift just easy.
Yeah.
The strength and power and speed was no problem. That looked like a warm-up.
Yeah. You have to wonder where the emotion is coming from. Is it the pain from the knee? Is it just the enormity of the situation?
Yeah, potentially just, we don't know.
Oh, this is going to equal the youth world record from Chen.
Yeah.
Wow. Barely got under it.
Yeah. She had
a strong jerk.
Yeah, she's set herself up here. She's doing it again.
Yeah. Just too far behind her this time.
Yeah. You know, I saw her 105 and I thought to myself, will she just jump to the 110?
Yeah.
Thinking, okay, that would be the attempt, but also 5 attempts. I mean, she's been gone for 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, she really probably has. But you know, when you're a youth athlete, 17 years old, you can wait 3 days and come out and take a maximal attempt and not get injured. So
well, potentially she could have gone in the back and warmed up again and done some lifts in between.
But she had no way really of knowing there were going to be quite so many attempts in between.
Third attempt.
So Lopez now is going to, Ana Lopez Ferrer is going to take 110 to move back ahead of Morales by 1 kilo.
Yep.
This is her last-ditch attempt to get back into the lead before Hidilyn Diaz comes out and presumably moves too far ahead for anyone to catch.
Yeah.
It's very possible, though, that Katruta and Shayla Moore can move ahead of Morales and Ferrer.
Yeah, they. Tougher clean than the first 2, but very strong legs.
Can't do it. so she's in a dangerous situation. She is in silver medal position. That's going to get bumped down to bronze after Hidilyn opens, and then 198 is the target. So we're going to see 113 kilos would do it for Shayla Moore.
She's done, I think, 116 at national competitions.
Has she really?
US. Yeah, she's very strong there. But we also have Gertruda with 112 here. That is her best, so.
112 would do it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people vying for a medal. There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on. I would hate to be in Ana Ferrer's position now where she's effectively out and she's got a target on her back.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the youth athlete going for 110, equaling the youth world record. I wonder if it would be a youth world record total. Wow. She is so powerful in the jack. I mean, it's a shame she couldn't hold it. But, you know, Taipei have found a really exceptional athlete from Grand Chen there.
So young. She has such a long career ahead of her. She can keep going.
Now on the bar, please. Second attempt,
She's 17 years old.
So,
I mean, she's got school tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know?
So Moore's being called for 11. They're taking 11. So this is a conservative attempt.
I think, are they looking for a clean and jerk medal on the second? It's not a guaranteed medal, but
but it's a good position.
It's the lead in the clean and jerk, and then they'll maybe play for a bronze on the third. This is also an international best for her.
A little bit tough on the clean there.
Gosh, she's strong.
Yeah, surprising that put up that much trouble for her.
Yeah.
We've seen her do considerably more.
But again, I mean, we just don't know what's going on in the back room. It's been a long time since that 108 mess up of an opener.
Yeah, and we don't know what that was. If that was, they expected it was 110, or if that was, you know, 108. And so Morales in the back there, walking around. You know, I don't know what's going on with the knee because she seems to be okay walking and didn't seem to be anything much after the lift except some limping, but potentially just an emotional event to have to deal with that.
Weight, so that will call back Shayla Moore, United States at 111.
Gets a 1 minute clock on the 111. I wouldn't be surprised to see them take 113 just to go for the medal. You're at the Worlds. She has a total.
Morales has put in 112. I wonder if she's looking to just, it's not a lot of an increase, but enough to secure. I think she's trying to let the other two know, look, don't worry about trying to overtake me. Just overtake Ferrer. Leave me be in the silver medal position.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the first attempt to move move Ferrer down a position.
Yeah, now this is 4 kilograms over her best internationally, so this is a big clean and jerk for her.
And what did she tell us she'd made in training? Was it 111 or 12?
112 was her best in training as well, so this is a heavy lift.
Yeah.
She was a tiny bit forward on the first clean.
She was. And again.
Yeah. She's very frustrated.
Yeah, the same sort of reaction that she had in the snatch. When she knows it's there, she knows she can do it. She's just got to keep her head here.
Yeah, the strength is there, but when the position is off, there's just nothing you can do. The bar is not where you think it is. It feels like it's on your shoulders. You feel like your feet are on the ground, but it's still in front of you. It's still too far forward of your area of support, so almost nothing you do is going to make it work.
And you know, you can see why she told us that the thing that she's been focusing on is staying focused and keeping calm and peaceful, because she is a fiery athlete.
Yeah. So Morales is still in a good position. She made that 110 very, very handily.
Yeah. There's a lot of emotion in the back room. A lot of tears we've already seen from some of these athletes. There's a lot going on back there.
Well,
this might be the most tight session we've seen at this competition.
Moore's being called out for 12.
She's got to be looking for a...
I think they're taking 12. I'm surprised they're not taking the 13. It's only 1 kilo, and she has so much talent, so much capability.
Yeah, that would move her into a... Well, currently the silver medal position, and then that would end up being the bronze. Yeah, you have to wonder why they're not going to take that. They must know that this is right at the limit. That's a much better clean.
Much stronger.
Oh, it's not easy, though.
That's not a good re-rack.
No, that's it.
Yeah, she's made an effort to dip.
Well, they've not given her...
Yeah.
I don't know why that buzz came so late.
That came way too late.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate there.
Yeah, that's a disappointment, but you know, that is, I believe, a 1 kilo international record, because the snatch was 3 kilos up, the clean and jerk was 2 kilos down, so she's netted out in a positive.
Yeah, so much talent. You know, Moore and Chen both, you know, seemingly the most green in this competition, one being a youth, but Moore just being a little bit new to the sport. They look so talented and strong, and there's so much capability you see there. A lot more refinement of their technique, and we'll see big, big lifts from them in the future, I'm sure.
Okay, so here comes Katruta. I think for all of our own safety, I hope she makes this lift.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got to just stay over a tiny bit better and bring that bar back. If she can get the bar back on the clean, she'll be okay.
So this for a medal in the total.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, so close, but
you know,
she just can't make it. And so Anna Ferrer is safe. Anna Ferrer guaranteed at least the bronze medal.
Yeah.
Wow. Hidilyn Diaz now will come out. So, to be honest, I would like to see Hidilyn drop her opener as low as she can.
Just to make a lift.
Just to make a lift.
Yeah. Well, she can only drop it a kilo at this point. You know, she's got the 14. She's taking it.
14 kilos, please. The opening attempt. Hidilyn Diaz.
But what's Morales? Morales is bumped up to 15.
Morales is
I wonder if she's gonna...
She's still in this. You know, she's 4 kilos behind Diaz, but Diaz is just a monster in the clean and jerk.
Right. And she didn't reach to her knee after that opening clean and jerk, so maybe Morales is actually not in pain anymore.
Yeah.
And can now put on a bit of a fight for... I mean, maybe the gold in the total, but certainly for the gold in the clean and jerk, she'd give it a go. She's made 120 in the past.
Yeah.
But now, the Olympic champion. She's clean and jerked within 2 kilos of the world record. 127 kilos she made in Tokyo.
This 114 should be very strong.
Not bad. She's got a strong jerk on her. There we go. There it is.
Yeah.
And probably, but not definitely, the gold.
Yeah, she locks in a total.
Yeah.
We know that. She's in first. But now it's a fight.
Second attempt.
Yep, the Olympic champion has never stood at the top of the podium at a World Championships. Today, she may be able to do just that. But the crowd is getting loud, which can only mean one thing, Max. It is the return of Morales from Colombia. 115 kilos. This will not move it into the lead in the total, but it will move her into the gold medal position in the clean and jerk. She's already guaranteed the silver in the total.
She'd put herself 3 kilos off of Diaz, and who knows what she could do. She's done 120, we think.
She needs 19 to move into the lead, assuming Diaz doesn't make anything else. But
yeah, it's a big ask.
Yeah.
No matter what, this is an emotional event here.
She seems to have gathered her emotions a bit more. It's a tough clean, but she's up.
What a brutal clean. You could see she stepped back further with the left foot.
Yeah.
Her knee is probably... Yeah, I mean, she's limping. It's definitely getting in the way here.
Yeah. But, you know, she can make that clean look better. She was a bit off balance, which slowed the stand up a little bit. But is she going to risk injury by going for this again? I mean, she's already guaranteed to walk away with 1 bronze in the snatch. a
After the final
silver
three
in the
tests of this
clean
session,
and jerk and a silver in the
we
total.
invite you to
Yeah.
stay in, in your seats for the victory ceremony to occur just after the
Hidilyn's
conclusion
currently
of the session.
staring at 3 golds, but 3
3
attempts remain.
Yeah, that bump to 117, you know, is potentially the thing that's going to stop this. Morales has got a minute left.
I guess she's going to take it,
Yeah,
but that clean just took so much out of her.
yeah. The only thing this 15 would do for her is potentially give her a gold in the clean and jerk if Diaz can't be successful with 2 more lifts.
Yeah.
Which is just, you know, that's an extreme long shot, being
But
that she's
yeah.
one of the best in the world in the clean and jerk.
Yeah.
But she's got one left, so she's a fighter. She's not going to give up.
No, not in front of her home country. She's limping as she walks out. The crowd cheers her on. You know, if you want to see a picture of grit and determination, this is it.
We've got the Colombian team on their feet in the stands.
Okay, 115 kilos. This is an enormous lift at 55.
Better clean.
Yeah, I think
more
it's
balanced.
nicer.
So close.
Yeah, it's a great fight. And you know, she didn't need to make it to win the hearts of everybody. I think we could all see how much she put into that.
Yeah.
A really impressive performance from the Colombian, and she's going to walk away with 3 silvers. It's not a bad turnout for her first competition in 3 years.
Second attempt, Hidilyn Diaz, Philippines.
So are we going to get a Diaz show now?
She's now done what she had not done before being Olympic champion, which is win the Worlds.
Yeah.
She's in the world. She's in first. She's won this.
Yeah. You know,
This is a
if
victory
she's
lap.
going to go up to 59, she can take her best performance of 55 and use it as a
Yeah.
qualifier. So potentially she could just get a big enough total here that she gets in the top 8 at that heavier category.
Yeah. Being that there's an emphasis on the total now.
Wow. Okay, that's
You know,
that's interesting to see. I think,
shocking. Shocking because
will she go again or will she not?
had Morales made that 15,
Voters, please reset.
But you know, it's tough when you're the
2 minutes
world
on the clock.
champion and
Yeah.
you know you've just won it.
yeah.
How do you come out and find it in you to make another go at it?
Clean and jerks are a lot of work.
Yeah.
When you've already won, you've done what you needed. It's hard to muster it up if it's
Yeah.
not.
It happens time and time again that an athlete wins and then comes out and
Yeah.
simply pulls on the bar, or
Yeah.
you know, it's just testament to what happened in the 61 kilo session earlier today.
Right.
You know, seeing Lee Farbin come out having already won the gold medal, and then I suppose attacking a world record is perhaps motivation enough to stick with it.
Yeah, but he did miss the first,
Yep.
right?
What
Yeah,
is it?
even
21
more
kilos.
impressive that he came
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Diaz remains
So she
the
looks
athlete.
like she wants to go for it. She's holding on to something.
Just making a
Some
prayer
religious
there.
sentiment there. Yeah.
121.
Okay, she's going up.
Seems like a very bold move after that last clean.
Yeah, what does that mean? What does this mean? It's not a personal best.
It's the most she did before the 27 at the Olympics.
It equals her best from
Yeah.
a world championship.
Yeah.
2019 she did that. Is it going to be her second best total? And she wants to prove that she's in better shape than
Representing the
every time that wasn't
Philippines,
the Olympics?
Diaz!
This would tie her total from that World's.
Yes, it would, yeah.
93-121.
Yeah, 214. I guess it's just, oh, you know what it is? Her best clean and jerk this year in training is 120 kilos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's just going to get a year record.
Yeah.
This would be impressive after not even getting under the 117. That looked really heavy.
Yeah,
It really did look heavy.
it was not there.
But there we have our world champion. Hidilyn Diaz, the Olympic champion, finally becomes a world champion. A phenomenal performance from her. 93 in the snatch, 114 kilos in the clean and jerk. That's a 207 kilo total. And then just so much passion behind the performance of the silver medalist from Colombia, Morales. 89 in the snatch. She injured her leg there, came out, somehow made 110. Took a couple of attempts at 115 kilos. Wasn't able to make them, but got the bronze. And then got the silver, sorry, and then the bronze to Anna Ferrer. She snuck a silver in the snatch, didn't medal in the clean and jerk, but has managed to get that bronze medal despite multiple attempts to dethrone her by Andrea Katruta, who is going to end up a little bit further down.
Yep.
Katruta will take 4th because she hit the 194 a lift before Shayla Moore did, despite them both having the same 194 kilo total. Max, 2 really exciting sessions. We saw a world record. We saw athletes coming back in the face of adversity with injuries and making lifts. Today had a bit of everything.
Yep. Yeah, really impressive. That session was amazing. We had a bunch of newcomers that are going to be probably the future here in Shayla Moore and Chen Guangling. And we also saw some of the most experienced kind of deal with whatever they had to get the total they needed. A lot of misses in that clean and jerk session as well. Nobody made more than 2 clean and jerks. Nobody made more than 2 snatches. We did see a lot of emotion, both anger, frustration, some tears. Overall, a pretty eventful day.
Now, it is worth mentioning, tomorrow we only have 1 A session, and it's at a different time. No, it's not. Sorry, it's at the same time as this session. So that's going to be 7 p.m. Bogota time. And we're going to see, one of the most interesting sessions. We've got the Olympic champion, the 5-time world champion, Kwosing Chun. We've got the Olympic champion from the 64s who's moved down, Maude Charon from Canada. And then we have one of the top 59 in Europe, Camilla Konotop. And then 2 Chinese lifters who put in enormous entry totals. In fact, the heaviest entry totals. We have Luo Shifang and Luo Xiaomin. Lucrezia Magistris, who's been looking pretty good in the training hall from Italy. Dora Gigante from France, who again has been looking strong. Every athlete actually competing here. El Reinando from the Philippines. And Janeth Valdivia from Mexico. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. You do not want to miss that session. That's at 7 p.m. Bogota time. Max, it's been a great day, but I think we're all feeling a little bit exhausted over here in Bogota. So for everyone still tuning in, thank you all for being here, and we'll see you all tomorrow for the women's 59As.